You have very gentle hands, don't you?
Princess, shut up! The point is that I'm onto you. Oh boy.
No, not acceptable.
This is not okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Carrie, and I think what we're talking about today might ruffle a few feathers. So just before the jump, I want to make sure everyone understands this is a joke. I am not that serious about astrology other than the fact that I am a textbook Capricorn, but I am a Scorpio moon, so I do have feelings, so please keep that in mind when you're commenting. I'm not coming for anybody. I don't take it seriously enough to be coming for anybody. I am just a girl with a camera and too much time on her hands, apparently. I want to talk about book tropes that remind me of certain astrological signs, and I tried to use clips from films that were based off of books, but I ended up just diving in. There's a lot of Sandra Bullock in here, I don't know why. I do want to tie this more to books because this is my book channel, but it's easier for me to use visual clips from films. So that is my disclaimer. Why don't we jump in to the first one? And I'm hoping, I'm starting off with a sign that I think is empathetic and nice, and they probably won't get angry with me. So let's start off with a common trope, the love triangle.
You have very gentle hands, don't you?
Strong hands.
Gentle hands.
Strong hands.
Gentle hands. It's like holding a salmon.
Can you excuse me for just a second?
Yeah, Pisces. Well, our first water sign. According to a Bustle article, if there's one sign that is most likely to fall in love at first sight, it's Pisces. So perhaps we'll also put you in Insta love. How about that for you? You can get Insta love and love triangle. Pisces are known for being very emotional. They're a water sign. So they're very creative. They're hyper aware of other people's emotions. They're very empathetic. And I'm putting them in a love triangle because I feel like Pisces as people are just kind and a little eccentric, and they're very caring, so it's very easy to fall in love with them. And also, even though a Pisces would, I think, be aware that they were the object of someone's affections, I don't think that they would be able to like come out and choose someone or like right the wrong in the situation because they'd be so worried about hurting anybody else's feelings. I feel like a Pisces would be very likely trapped in the unhappy situation of having too many people in love with you and you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So you just kind of be quiet. And actually, according to horoscope.com, Pisces can sometimes spend too much time in their heads, getting overly wrapped up in a problem and assuming there is no solution. Pisces are always one of the first signs to lend an ear to others, but when it comes to asking for help, especially emotional help, Pisces can sometimes wall themselves off. Also, an Allure magazine said that casually dating a Pisces feels like journeying into another dimension. Put that all together and I feel like you do have a recipe for being trapped in a love triangle. But also, I hope you do find your Insta love, Pisces. I really hope you do. So, love triangle, giving it out to you.
Next time, it might be a nice idea to mention that you already have a man in your bed so we can avoid such uncomfortable situations.
You invited him to bed?
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it? We would never have all fit.
Next up is the suddenly has superpowers trope. Now, this one might seem a little bit random for Libras, but I'm purely basing this off of the Libras in my life. Libras are intelligent, kind, and they love harmony in all things. Basically, Libras just want the world to be happy and chill. And I feel like characters like that just live their lives happily and like want everything to be cool, they are the ones that get their worlds rocked. And so, if anybody has a Libra friend, I'm not talking directly to Libras, I'm talking to friends of Libras. Would you really be that surprised to have your Libra friend show up at your door and they're like glowing? Because I wouldn't. The Libras in my life, I would be like, okay, this is a thing that we're gonna deal with. I just feel like Libras, they have the traits where they would wake up and they'd have a weird superpower, but also they would be able to navigate life after that and probably like use their powers for good. Like they're always daydreaming and trying to like make the world a better place or whatever. So I feel like they would need like a Capricorn or a Virgo friend to kind of like keep them on track. Let's just throw all my earth signs. Taurus, you're here too. They need an earth friend to help them on their way, but I feel like they would, I don't know, turn their weird like turning into a fish thing into a way to change the world for the better. I don't know. I feel like Libras would find themselves with a superpower and we would be better for it. So, my darling Libras, I do love you. Don't be surprised if you wake up one day and you've got like scales. You heard it here first. This is what I'm so scared of. So the chosen one trope.
A princess? Shut up!
You can't see, but there's actually a Leo standing off camera. This is like a hostage video situation. I'm gonna give Leos the chosen one because I feel like they already in their minds believe that they are the chosen ones, and so they've just manifested it. I do think that in books, like in actual literature where we see the chosen one trope, those characters tend to be like very quiet and like, oh, me? Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm just Harry. Just Harry.
Well, just Harry.
And I'm gonna talk about who I think those kind of people are later. It's a different sign. But I feel like there's no other trope I could give a Leo that they would be like, yeah, that sounds like me. Other than the chosen one. So I'm giving it to you. You guys have put in the mental work in believing that you're the chosen ones. There we go. Manifestation works. I'm giving it to the Leos. You guys are bold and you just think and know, because most of the Leos I know are actually the shit. You know that you are the shit and you aren't afraid to tell the world that. So good job. Leos are the chosen ones that have chosen themselves for us, is what I'm trying to say. So that is you, Leos. Let me know what you would pick. If you are a Leo, what do you think you would be? What would your trope be? Let me know down below. But yeah. I think I got it. There was a fly. Next up, we have the forced marriage trope.
We're getting married.
Who is getting married?
You and I. You and I are getting married. Yes.
We are.
Getting married.
We are getting married.
Yes.
I cannot imagine a better fit for the forced marriage trope than the Cancers of this world. Cancers are so damn emotional. They are a water sign. They are the wateriest of the water signs. So they're not only like having a lot of feelings all the time, but they're also a very, very loyal sign. They will do pretty much anything for their friends or their loved ones. And so I just feel like if one of your friends really, really needed help, I feel like you would go into a forced marriage kind of situation. You would enter into wedlock in order to help somebody else, and you may or may not feel heartbroken about that. I just feel like they would enter into a forced marriage just because of loyalty. They'd be super emotional about it. Like they'd definitely cry on their wedding day, but like they'd be doing the right thing. And so they couldn't back out, you know?
By a fine of $250,000 and a stay of 5 years in federal prison. You want to talk to me?
Giving it to you, Cancers. Forced marriage trope all the way. Enemies to lovers. This one is going to be a little more broad. It could be enemies to lovers, or huge annoyance to lovers, or rivals to lovers, or investment to lovers. Yes, Kaz Brecker is a Capricorn.
I only invest in the one of a kind. She isn't like you. No one is.
Confirmed by Lee Bardugo, by the way. Capricorns are definitely very ambitious. We put our careers, we put our dreams, we put everything ahead of everything else. We are just extremely hardworking and we know what we want. We're hyper focused on the path to getting there. And if there's like love along the way, we're kind of like, yep. Can you wait? Like, can you wait? So I feel like we are very likely to get into a rivalry situation or like a you are so annoying and you are distracting me from my goals, please go away kind of situation. I just feel like Capricorns are quite slow to love and we have a lot of other things on our mind. And anybody who stands in the way of that, we literally just see them as like a rock in the road. So I could very easily see like a rivals or an enemies to lovers trope being Capricorn all over it.
The point is that I'm onto you. Oh boy, am I onto what you are trying to do.
And what am I trying to do?
I think we both know exactly what that is.
Similar to enemies to lovers, we have childhood friends to lovers.
You and Marcus are so cute.
No.
Remind me why you never got together? There's way too much history there.
Oh.
And this is going to my Sagittarius friends. Yes, Sagittarius, you are just friendly and outgoing and social and you love adventure and fun and you just want to live. Like you just want to live your life. You don't really have a focus on romance. You're just like, I am here and happy with who I am and I don't need anybody else. Like, let's just have a good time. And I feel like you could very easily miss those signs of your childhood friend is also in love with you, by the way. And so what a Sagittarius really wants in a partner is someone to adventure with them and to go on this journey with them. And I think that it would be so easy for you to be living your life happily and then realize that like the person who has actually been there the whole time adventuring with you is actually your perfect match. You also aren't really a big fan of commitment, so I feel like maybe you might have realized feelings and then you're just like, ew. So when you finally slow down and come to your damn senses, I think you're the type that would definitely be like, and they were there all along, you know? So Sagittarius, I feel like you guys are 100% childhood friends to lovers, and you are the dumb one. I'm saying it, you are the dumb one who didn't notice. So work on that. Now we have the reluctant hero trope.
I will take the ring to Mordor.
I will help you bear this burden, Frodo Baggins.
And I'm going to give this to all of my Virgos. I have so many Virgo friends. I love Virgos so much. And I feel like this is what the chosen one usually is. Virgos are kind of similar to Capricorns. We're an earth sign. We have certain priorities that we're gonna push ahead of everything. And we really are focused on like work and I don't know, doing things correctly. We're not super like floaty and out there like other signs. We're very like, we're gonna get this done and we're gonna get this done right. You guys like order and lists. I like Virgos, what can I say? So a reluctant hero usually rises from some kind of crisis, obviously. And I feel like Virgos would most definitely be able to like work on a problem and really throw themselves into something and trying to make the world a better place, whatever it is. And they just position themselves accidentally to be the best hero in the situation. And so all the people around them are like, yes, do it. You're our hero. Lead. And Virgos are like, well, I mean, I guess I am the best. And so they will do it, but they will be reluctant about it because they don't necessarily want the spotlight. They don't want the hero title like a Leo might, but they do want to help in whatever way they can. So they're not going to turn their backs on anybody, but they're kind of like, I wish somebody else could do this. And so that is why I believe Virgos are very much a reluctant hero. And we thank you for it. We thank you for your service, Virgos.
I've decided I'll be your Mockingjay, but I have some conditions.
Please don't get mad at me for the I'm not like the other girls trope.
Was that a yes? No. Well, then was that a no? No.
I gotta give it to Aquarius. And this is not me coming for you. This is literally a compliment, because the thing with Aquarius and the thing with the not like the other girls trope is you can't even really get mad at them if they genuinely are not like the other girls. Like Aquarius, you guys are weird. I have never seen you without that hat.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird.
It is only annoying if it isn't true, and if you've got it, flaunt it. So for example, Luna Lovegood was born on February 13th. I just Googled this recently. And so Luna Lovegood is an Aquarius, and who would ever come for Luna, right? So you guys are weird and kooky and strange, and good for you, you know, own it. That's literally all I've got to say. Aquarius, nothing but love from me. You're definitely strange, and I think you know that. Like, I don't think that this comes as a surprise. Anyway, yeah, I would say Aquarius, sending you lots and lots and lots of love, but you are not like the other girls.
I didn't know you took jujitsu. Taekwondo! 2 times a week! 3 years!
Similar to the forced marriage trope, we have the fake dating trope.
Sebastian, is that you? Hey, what's going on, Yvonne?
Okay, who's this one then?
Time comes for a man to move along, Yvonne. It just hurts, that's all. Love is pain.
And you crazy kids, Aries, I'm giving it to you. Aries are so, wow, like what do we even call them? They are so in their heads, they're so creative, they're so like, I have an idea, let's do it. And they just jump in. They love to solve problems. They like to start projects, but do they like to finish those projects? Usually not, right? A lot of times you're considered like an entrepreneur sign. You also are very loyal and you love to help your friends. You love to see other people succeed as well. Like you love to do really weird things, but you also love to see other people do weird things. And I feel like if there was a problem that could potentially be solved by fake dating, I would not be surprised to see an Aries just go like, what if we dated? And then just do it. And you've now told everyone that you're fake dating, so you have to kind of like go through with it. And now the Aries are kind of like, oh no. You just love wild ideas and you love jumping into things, and maybe you don't give it so much thought. But you know what? Neither do any of the couples that do these fake dating tropes, and we love them for it. The world is better because of your weird ideas that you're kind of like regretting, but we're also like sitting here in the background like, haha, better you than me, but I'm glad that I can watch. So yes, Aries, you're fake dating and you can't convince me otherwise, I'm sorry.
6 balls, no more. I must have you at 8, along with a picnic.
A picnic?
I could not exactly give this trope a name, but this is the trope of, I told you not to do this thing, and then you immediately go and do the thing.
Whatever you do, don't push this button.
I'm Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
I'm Groot.
No! That's exactly what you just said! How is that even possible?
And that is none other than Gemini. You guys are so hot and cold. I actually met a friend recently and we were talking about astrology and she said she was a Gemini. She was like, yeah, but I don't really know what that means other than we're like insane. Her words, not mine, but yeah, Gemini, you guys are just polar opposites at the same time. Because of this like thing you've got going on, you are at once, you are simultaneously indecisive and impulsive. So I feel like you would give off this air of like, I can't make any choices. I'm frozen in this situation. What do I do? And then all of a sudden you will just like do a thing. Like you will jump off a cliff or something. You are that character that is like, suddenly they just decide to do this crazy thing and it ends up working out. Like you're kind of cornered and so you just do a thing where everyone's like, don't do the thing, and then you do it and you probably save the day. So again, this isn't a jab at you, Gemini. You're probably a frustrating, like if we were doing something that involves teamwork, I feel like you might be a frustrating team member to have, but at the end of the day, we would be thanking you for whatever weird stunt you decided to pull. You were definitely the unexpected. You're the wild card.
Why should we run off and join a pirate ship? No, no.
It's no use, Joe.
Please
Joe, we've
don't.
got to have it out.
Oh, also, apparently Edward Cullen is a Gemini. So when we're talking about indecisiveness and impulsiveness, the whole like, you shouldn't be friends with me, but I love you and I'm gonna stalk you, but you shouldn't be my friend, but I'm going to watch you sleep. One of those. I rest my case. In order to even that out, you've got Edward Cullen, but also you have the best Gemini in literature.
Hi, I'm Elle Woods, and this is Breezer Woods, and we're both Gemini vegetarians.
The next trope is the quirky best friend that carries the plot on their back.
No. 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 Not acceptable.
This is not okay.
Who allowed you to be this beautiful?
Who allowed you to be this beautiful?
Who allowed you to take my breath away?
I love me a Taurus. I really do. We're well compatible. I love all earth signs, as you know. I just feel like a Taurus is the one character that is like, keep your eye on the prize, but also is really nice about it.
Hand sanitizer, chapstick, college IDs. Now, Mace, listen, it is very important that you keep this safe.
Don't touch your eye!
Kaz Brecker, for example, is kind of like, you have feelings? Ah, stop that. I feel like a Taurus would actually take time to be like caring and be like, oh, you have feelings? Okay, well, let's keep it going. You know, they're a essential team member for keeping a team sane. So I just feel like they are able to not only like nurture and be kind and care about things, but also keep the plot going, where we have all the other characters like doing stupid things like falling in love or being impulsive or just being like forgetting why they're even here. A Taurus would be like, all right, team, let's go.
What? What? You never saw two idiots exchange saliva before?
And she would also probably have snacks along the way. Everyone needs a Taurus in their life. I hope you have one. If you don't find one, meet a Taurus in the comments. Get yourself a Taurus mom. Last but not least, I know that this isn't technically a trope, but I'm just gonna put the plot twist.
To fake a convincing murder, you have to have discipline. Wait for your clueless husband to start his day.
My darling Scorpios. I wanted to put you guys under the like bad guy that isn't actually bad or the good guy that isn't actually good. But really, you guys are just the character that has all the secrets, or like maybe even just one secret. But at the end, or at like basically the climax point in the plot, you just mention this and you flip everything on its head. I love me a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio moon, but you guys keep a lot of secrets. You're deep, but you like to only show a certain amount, right? You're like a little iceberg, let's say. Maybe, damn, I should have just used the scene from the Titanic. Why didn't I use that? That is the ultimate plot twist. I do feel like a Scorpio would definitely be the person for better or for worse. I'm not saying you guys are the bad guys. I'm not saying you guys are necessarily the good guys, but I feel like you are the character that does something and I have to put the book down and just be like, your hair is full of secrets, and would the plot exist without you? I don't know. How else would I categorize you other than a plot twist? Because that truly is what you are.
You thought we were just gonna steal one necklace? What do you think we are, a bunch of pussies?
Because why would you just steal one necklace when you could steal one?
And so, as I said, this was meant to just be a little bit of fun. I had a lot of requests for book recommendations based on your astrology sign, and that is taking me a lot longer to do. But this one was just like a quick little fun thing. And I hope that you guys don't mind it, and I hope you guys had fun. Let me know your sign and what your favorite trope is, or I love your comments. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, actually. Just have fun down there. Yeah, I will see you guys next time, and thank you for watching. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know anything. I just finished The Gilded Wolves. I haven't actually. I have 40 pages left of Silvered Serpents. So I don't know if there's more. I'm hoping that it ends because my heart can't take much more. But anyway, I will see you guys next time, next Friday. And I hope you're all doing very, very well. I love you all. Catch you then. Bye.